Adam Johnson was a young, successful guy who one ordinary day decided it was time for a big change. He was tired of the noise and chaos of London, the endless rush of city life, so he bought an old house out in a remote British village. It looked peaceful, calm, even kind of charming. The perfect escape, a place where he could finally breathe. But no one told Adam that the house's calm appearance was just that, an appearance. Because the house wasn't just a house, it was something else entirely. A place where shadows moved on their own, and silent spirits watched from the dark. Adam moved in, not knowing what was waiting for him. At first, everything seemed fine. The place was old, but beautifully restored. The first few days were quiet, too quiet. But when night fell, the house seemed to come alive. One night, while reading in the living room, Adam suddenly felt someone standing behind him. He turned fast. No one was there. He looked out the window. Thick fog covered everything outside. The air felt heavy, like something was watching him. He tried to shake it off, but the feeling didn't go away. Every night, the same shadows moving in the corners, faint scratching sounds from the walls. Then the dreams began. He found himself in a dark world, nothing but blackness and fog. Strange figures with glowing eyes circled him, their faces blurry and unreal, as if they'd come straight from the darkness itself. When he woke, he could still feel them nearby. Sometimes, he'd hear cold breaths right next to his ear. And when he looked in the mirror, he'd see shadows that no one else could. Determined to figure out what was happening, Adam went to the old village library. There he met an elderly man named Harold, a wrinkled face, eyes full of old secrets. Harold told him that the house had a dark history. That place, he said, used to belong to a family of devil worshippers. Your ancestors lived there. They took part in dark rituals. That house, it's a kind of doorway between two worlds. Adam, his voice shaking, asked what he meant by doorway. Harold just stared at him for a long moment, then said quietly, "Be careful. The house is connected to things beyond this world. Demons, spirits. You might wake up one day and find yourself somewhere else." After that talk, Adam couldn't sleep. Every night, the nightmares grew worse. The creatures from his dreams chased him, things not human, not alive. Their glowing eyes and twisted smiles haunted him even when he was awake. He began to wonder if these weren't just dreams at all. Then, one night, he woke to the sound of scratching at his bedroom door. Heart pounding, he grabbed a flashlight and opened it. Nothing but darkness and moving shadows. That was when he decided he had to find the old coffin Harold mentioned. He went down into the basement, pitch black. The smell of damp earth and decay thick in the air. He found the coffin in one corner. When he opened it, a blast of cold air hit him. Everything around him suddenly felt wrong. Then something moved inside. A creature, pale and twisted, rose up from the coffin and hissed, "You don't belong here." Then the air filled with shrieks. Spirits, hundreds of them, poured out of the coffin. The basement became chaos, smoke, and darkness. Adam realized he was standing on the edge of another world, one ruled by demons. Among them stood a tall, terrifying figure, Crooks, their leader. He stepped toward Adam and growled, "You're just a man. And here, all you'll ever know is fear and pain." Adam knew he had only one choice. To survive, he had to sacrifice himself. With everything he had left, he threw himself at the glowing doorway and slammed it shut. The demon world began to collapse around him. When he opened his eyes again, he was back in his house. Everything seemed normal, quiet, but something inside him was different. The house looked the same, but he didn't feel the same. Sometimes, late at night, he still felt their presence, the whisper of something behind him. the faint reflection of eyes in the mirror that weren't his own. Had Adam truly escaped? Or had something else begun?